boys and girls, guests, we are going to begin. Gwe, hello, bonjour. We would like to acknowledge that we are on Mi'kma'ki, land of the traditional ancestral territory of the Mi'kmaq people. We would like to welcome you all to North Queens Community School as we launch Mi'kmaq History Month. Here at North Queens, our goal is to promote a safe, supportive, inclusive, and welcoming environment for all people regardless of race, culture, gender identity, religion, or sexual orientation. We continue each year to positively move forward with this goal. One of the ways is by celebrating Mi'kmaq History Month. October is Mi'kmaq History Month in Nova Scotia. The goal of the month is to help Nova Scotians build awareness of Mi'kmaq history and heritage and to increase the understanding of the province's rich Mi'kmaq culture. Treaty Day was October 1st, which marks the beginning of Mi'kmaq History Month in Nova Scotia. At North Queens, we continue to bring outside agencies to educate our students about Mi'kmaq culture. Today, we are pleased to have several guests here to help us celebrate Mi'kmaq History Month. I would like to introduce Scott Milner, Regional Executive Director of the SSRCE.
Hello, Gwe, Jalasi, William Sikpo, bonjour. Ni Dawson Scott Milner, on est Scott Milner. I'm the Regional Executive Director, as Principal Jennifer stated. I'd like to acknowledge our special guests that are here with us this morning. We have Peggy Wenzel, singer and drummer and elder, who just smudged our Mi'kmaq flag outside and we held a ceremony. So please, as you exit the school or enter the school, note the flag that's on your flagpole. Sheila Porter, student support worker. April Hiltz, the Director of Education and Student Services, Native Council of Nova Scotia. Rod Francis, our Coordinator of Mi'kmaq Services. Ken Fells, RCH Coordinator. Carol Hughes, Consultant Equity, Diversity and Inclusion. Welcome here today, and thank you for opening your doors at North Queens for us. As you know, October is Mi'kmaq History Month, and we are here today to recognize and celebrate this month. The Mi'kmaq people were the first people to live in Nova Scotia and Atlantic Canada, and they've been living here for more than 11,000 years. We have only been here a few hundred years. It's important for us to recognize Mi'kmaq History Month because we want to show the Mi'kmaq people we are thankful for the way they have welcomed new peoples to the country and helped them survive in these lands. People that are our ancestors in Lunenburg and Queens counties. The original settlers of these lands signed agreements with Mi'kmaq people. They're called treaties, promising to live in peace and friendship. Today, all Nova Scotians, both Mi'kmaq and non-Mi'kmaq, agree to keep this promise and continue living in peace and friendship together on these lands that we share. We honor Mi'kmaq people who have taken care of this land, and we show respect for this land, and we join together to do so and work to make sure that we continue to show respect for our land. This year's Mi'kmaq History Month theme honors World War I Mi'kmaq veterans. And when you see the posters, it's a beautiful piece of art that honors the Mi'kmaq people. With 2018 being the 100th year anniversary of World War I, it seemed fitting that we honor our Mi'kmaq. More than 200 Mi'kmaq from Atlantic Canada enlisted to serve, and at least 89 were from Nova Scotia. Some returned home, and some did not. They sacrificed for their families and their communities. Please look at the poster when you see it around. You'll recognize some names from this part of our province. We hope you enjoy our celebration of the Mi'kmaq people today and continue to learn about their culture and traditions in your classrooms. Thank you for having us here at North Queens. Walalan, merci.
Next, I would like to introduce Rod Francis, Coordinator of Mi'kmaq Services and Education with the SSRCE.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me back there? Great. First of all, I'd like to thank you so much for having us here today, bringing us into your school, inviting us to launch Mi'kmaq History Month. We really appreciate the invite and thank you again. Today I'm going to talk to you about two very important words, and the first word is culture. Culture, to me, is the beliefs, the ideas, the behaviors, and the traditions that people celebrate or observe. Today I'm going to share with you two pieces of my culture, the Mi'kmaq culture. Many of you noticed the shirt that I'm wearing today, the ribbon shirt. Well, that shirt is worn for special gatherings such as powwows and events. As well on my shirt, you notice that there's some bear claws right here. Can everyone see those? Good. So those claws represent the bear claw. And in our culture, that represents courage. The second piece of my culture that I want to share with you today is my medicine pouch. I was walking down the corridor, the hallway just then, there was a student said to me, "I really like your necklace." Well, this is actually a medicine pouch. And I wear this medicine pouch almost every day because this medicine pouch contains 4 very, very important medicines in the Mi'kmaq culture. That's cedar, sage, sweetgrass, and tobacco. But it's the good tobacco, the healthy tobacco, the really good stuff. And that combined in my medicine pouch every day gives me the strength, the power, and the courage that I need to get through my day. And if I'm having a bad day, I always know that this pouch is right next to me and is right next to my heart. And that's very important. The second word I'm going to share with you is tradition. Tradition are customs or ways that people do things and can be brought down from generation to generation. And I want to share you a tradition that was in my family, the Francis family, the Mi'kmaq Francis family. Where are my grade 3s? Put your hands up. Grade 3s. So I want to tell you a little bit about the first time that I went on my very first moose hunt. My grandfather and my great-grandfather, especially my great-grandfather, created a tradition. Their belief and their teachings to me was that everything that walks this land is equal and should be respected. During the moose, my very first moose hunt, it's tradition in our family that when we get our moose, if it's your very first one, you drink the blood of the moose. So my grandfather, when we had the moose, my grandfather reached in and he gave, with his hand, scooped some blood, and I drank the blood. Now, some of you says, ugh, right? But for me, hearing the stories of how my grandfather did that, my great-grandfather did that, my dad did that as a child, my uncle did it as when they were children, my cousins, it was something that I looked forward to. It was part of a tradition in my family. So I challenge you today, all of you in this room, find out a piece of culture from someone next to you. Teach someone your culture, just a little piece. We're all on this world together. We all walk this land together. Let's make this a great place to live. Thank you so much for having us, and I will see you very soon. I'll be in your classes very, very soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rod. I would like to now introduce April Hiltz, Director of Education and Support Services with the Native Council of Nova Scotia.
I don't know if you're going to be able to see me over this podium. You see, I brought up a red folder here that I have notes in it, things that I wanted to share with you. I'm not so sure if I'm going to follow those notes today. I also have my eagle feather with me that was gifted to me. I was honored by a Mi'kmaq elder with this eagle feather. And for me, I live my life according to my eagle feather. So when I travel, I always have this feather with me in my car. And when I come into things like this, I have my feather with me. It gives me strength. It helps keep me grounded. So that the things that I share with you today is coming from not just my heart, but it's words of wisdom from my ancestors. So I'm not sure if you really know that I used to go to school here. So for me to stand here before you has taken great courage for me to be here. But I feel very honored and blessed today because not only do I see our future leaders out there looking at me, I also have my family here today backing me up, giving me the support. When I was in grade 4, that's when my mom passed away. And it was through these doors that I came from the elementary school with my teacher to be told that my mom had passed away. Many, many things have gone on in this school that, and I'm going to be honest with you, haven't been positive for me as a Mi'kmaq person traveling this land and going to school in a system that hasn't been designed for me or many others like me. So to be here today, to be sharing some of my experience with you, to be outside and have the Mi'kmaq flag raised, to have the Mi'kmaq honor song sung, has been very emotional. So with the Mi'kmaq history, our history is very, very old, and how we told that history was not through our textbooks. How we told that history was through our legends, through our stories, and our elders shared those with us. So when an elder was sharing something with you, it wasn't on a time frame. It was, you would listen. As I'm taught, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So we need to listen more than what we speak. That's food for thought for you. We also have to turn to science to know about our history here. So we turn to archaeology, we turn to geology. We study the land, we study the rocks, we study the waters, we study the trees, we study the animals to know what life was like for our ancestors many, many moons ago. So our history is like a puzzle. So we have to pick up those little pieces of the puzzle to put it together. So all of us here today, we are all on the ancestral land of my ancestors, the Ilnu, otherwise known as Mi'kmaq. We all travel the land. We're walking on my ancestral territory every day, every one of us. Let's not forget that. I also wanted to honor my sister Sheila. So Sheila, could you please join me at the podium? Or beside the podium so they can see you? As we're walking through the hall today and we're looking at the photos, you know, we have up graduates, years past and that sort of stuff. You won't see my picture there because I didn't graduate from here. I dropped out of school in grade 11 and I moved on to other things. But did I get my high school education after that? I did, and I moved on to many other things and empowered myself as a Mi'kmaq woman to make my way, you know, in this world. But my sister Sheila, she was the first Mi'kmaq person to graduate from this high school. Let's honor her. So a few years back when I worked for the Confederacy of Mainland Mi'kmaq, there was some sort of event that was happening here at the school, and many of us were in different classrooms doing presentations and that kind of thing. And what I did is I honored my sister even further, and I honored her with an eagle feather, because that's the highest honor that you can receive in our culture. So, and that was videoed, and it's been shared many, many times. I believe our nephew, Nick Wynot, was doing a video at the time, and he actually got that on video, so that video has gone right across Canada. So we're here today being live streamed to all of the schools in the Social Regional Education Center for Education, but that video has gone right across the country. So we made history years ago, and I feel we're making history today. So we need to move forward together, all red, white, black, and yellow. We're all equal, and we need to move forward together. So thank you, Wulalio, for having me here today, and I wish you all the best. Wulalio.
Thank you very much, April. We appreciate your presence here today and sharing your story. We're now going to have a special presentation by the Beating Hearts Drumming Group.
Gwe, Welly Estipu, Nintelawisi. Hello, good morning. My name is Calla Brown, and we are the Beating Hearts Drummers. We are honored to be here to help celebrate and share our Mi'kmaq culture with you all. We will be singing 3 songs, the Strong Woman Song, the Water Song, and the Happy Chant. While we drum, you will see jingle dancer Miranda Roy dancing traditional dance. We share our culture through our singing because we want to give a voice back to all of our ancestors that had their voices taken from them. Wulalio.
Thank you very much. I would ask that somebody come forward to accept a small token of appreciation from the Beating Hearts group. Sorry. They're going to perform 2 more songs.
Okay, so you guys ready? They're going to sing the round dance for you, and we will show you, okay?
Thank you. Now I would ask if somebody would like to come forward to accept a token of appreciation. forward and accept a token of our appreciation for the smudging ceremony and the prayer that she led this morning and blessing our flag. Thank you to all for attending our regional launch of Mi'kmaq Heritage Month. We are honored to host this event and be part of this event at North Queens Community School. Wailalio, thank you, and merci.